Okay, so we're back. And I thought it would be a good idea to show something that maybe our friend is seeing, I hope. And I thought it would be a good idea to show something that maybe our friend is seeing, I hope. And I thought it would be a good idea to show something that maybe our friend is seeing, I hope. Hi, user. Okay. So I'm waiting for new people to come on. We just stopped the live on Marcellus Williams, his passing. We did a particular kind of meditation, and we were hoping that our energy with 2 minutes of silence would help him cross over. And it looks like it did. And I thought we would then ask what's next for us as a collective. Because when you are bombarded with one injustice after another, after another, after another, it can make you feel as a human being on the planet Earth very alone if you're not aligned with this kind of shit. It can make you feel powerless, alone, bereft, lost. It can make you feel a lot of weird feelings. And so I don't want you to lose hope, okay? So I want us to wait until I get like 9 people, and then we'll go ahead and start, because what I want to do is pull some oracle cards to see what power wants us to know. Power, source, God, the one of 1,000 names, the one who created us all. And we're going to be talking through the oracle cards so that we can understand what pure energies, light beings, want us to understand about this injustice. Not just this injustice we just saw tonight, but with the injustice going on all over the world and the imbalance of power and resources. We're going to be looking at that, okay? So I'm waiting for people to join us, and we're going to go from there. Let's see if we can get people to jump on and see if somebody, okay. Any questions or comments so far? How do you guys feel? Thank you, Yessie. So you'll be my moderator. Unless other people come in, then we'll have more moderators. That'll be good. Please share the live. How many people are on, Yessie? Can you tell me right now? Because I can't tell. It says 0, and you're on. So I know there should be at least 1, but it doesn't show. Yes, but how many people on the 5? Okay. All right. Because I want you guys to be ready. Yeah, thank you, Yessie. So I'd like to go ahead and see, with all of the injustices in the world, we're going to do Alana Fairchild's White Light Oracle deck. Enter the luminous heart of the sacred. We need that. I've never pulled these cards out for you guys. On the top of this deck are wolves. And wolves are an interesting people. And I say people purposely, because I see animals with fur, but I see them as humans. I see them with the soul level that we have, to be honest. And what I understand about wolves is that they take care of their own. There's a loyalty and a level of protection that we as pack animals have lost due to quote-unquote civilization. And we're not so civilized, are we? Obviously. We are very greedy, and we're seeing that in action. But I'm going to go and ask the collective, which is you, what is the message for the collective? What do we need to know moving forward from what we've seen since October 6th, 7th? And I'm going to ask from 1948 to October 6, 7, to Marcellus today, to the fuckery of people like P. Diddy and the 1%, Epstein, Weinstein, the 1%, and I'm going to ask what the message is for us. Okay? All right. So I'd like you to, thank you very much. I would like you to pick top, bottom, and middle. Top, bottom, and middle from the White Light Oracle. Enter the luminous heart, and we're going to do a series of throws. And we're going to talk about, I'm really looking to tap into Angel Michael right now because we really need that top. Okay, top. Anybody else? Top. Anybody else? Top, bottom, or middle? Top, bottom, or middle? Okay, so everyone's hesitating. I'm going to go with top. 7 blessings of Eve. 7. Okay, we're going to read the 7 blessings of Eve. 7. It's number 7. 7 is a journey. 7. It used to be the 7 chakras, but we now have been upgraded to 9, whether you know it or not. Of course, that is if you walk in the light. I'm just going to say that because I'm not convinced that everyone who is as evil as I've been seeing, as you've been seeing, has 9 chakras. I think that's something that some of us have and others don't, believe it or not. But I can tell you that if you're walking in your light, whether you listen to me or not, you have 9 chakras. 7 blessings of Eve. A spiritual gift shall enter your heart and manifest as a blessing in your life. You have innate talents and abilities which will support your soul into full glorious manifestation. You have been blessed with a beautiful divine destiny to fulfill. You have natural healing ability. Choose your thoughts and words so they reflect what you truly wish to put out into the world, because your influence is stronger and further reaching than you realize. Eve dwelled in the original paradise, the Garden of Eve. She is the mother of knowledge. From knowledge, wisdom can be developed. Wisdom is the egg of Sophia, the divine feminine power to be a birth mother of higher consciousness, to bring forth the light of loving awareness. Eve's oracle is not an omen of being cast out of paradise. It is a sign that a false view which has been holding you captive is going to give way to a greater understanding, which will empower you to the bearer of the light, a priestess or priest of the egg of Sophia. This is from the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild. This oracle encourages you to seek the knowledge you need to not be held captive by secrets or misinformation. Did you hear that? I'm going to repeat it. This oracle encourages you to seek the knowledge you need to not be held captive by secrets or misinformation, and to know that from that knowledge you shall be able to shed false views like a snake shedding its skin, and grow in wisdom. Let me tell you something. We've been shown and taught things that were lies for a good, solid 2,000 years. And now, right? Am I correct? Do you realize that? We were told that Mary of Magdalene was a whore. She wasn't. That was a lie. And this lie was propagated by Pope Benedict. Look it up, Pope Benedict. I think it was the 15th I think it was the 15th century. And so he combined the Mary who washed his feet, the Mary who was the whore, and Mary of Magdalena into one Mary. Why did he do that? Well, women were thought to be great souls, lower souls. In fact, we were no better than cattle. And so to eradicate the power of the feminine with the divine masculine, to divide and conquer, because when a man and women stand together as a unit who are soulmates or twin flames or there's nothing more powerful on the planet, because that bond is love. And so because the Catholic Church wanted power, and they wanted workers, and they wanted the divide and conquer that was created, with men looking down at women as subhuman, they had to remove the power of the couple, the divine couple. Like a snake, so misinformation. So the book you need to read is Elaine Pagel. Her name is Elaine Pagel, Pagels, The Gnostic Gospel. Read her version of the Gnostic Gospels. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. Boy, I must have really triggered you. I grew up in a church that still thinks women are less than men. Well, no shit. The Catholic Church didn't actually agree that women had equal souls until 1970 something. I think it was 72. The oracle also indicates a shift away from shame and confusion. Oh, wow. Perhaps feeling you have something to prove, or that you are not enough, or that you have to atone for failing in this or other lifetimes. Instead, your soul is moving you towards a realization of the inherent goodness and grace that is your real nature. You are blessed. You are granted a unique, unrepeatable human life. Even if you believe in reincarnation, acknowledging the soul continues to grow over lifetimes, there will only be one lifetime when you are this you. If you treasure this life, you will become bolder, more fearless, more willing to step up as your real self, more willing to engage in healing and say yes to what makes your heart sing. Namaste. There is a rabbinic saying that every time a human being walks down the street, a choir of angels cries, make way, for the image of God is approaching. Loving humanity is not always easy, especially when the darkest side of human nature causes such suffering. Yet there is so much heroism, love, kindness, and nobility too. Look at the positive and open your heart to the best in yourself and those around you. Choose to see and nurture the spiritual light in yourself and others to the best of your ability. We're all growing and evolving in our own way. Even those who trouble your heart are doing their best. Acknowledge that humans have limited capacities and deserve compassion and a chance to awaken spiritually nonetheless. Okay, I agree with her, but don't take people's bullshit. Don't try to convince someone that something is evil. If a person can't see evil for evil, this is not a debate. Do you understand? Like, don't drain your energy to try to convince somebody that the sun rises in the east or sets in the west. It's a complete waste of energy. Do not, however, allow yourself to become a doormat to anyone else's egoic games. Entrust the spiritual progress and protection of all beings to the divine feminine as you care for yourself and others as consciously as you can. Certain numbers have a sacred significance that crosses religions and cultural boundaries. 7 is such a number with significance in Hinduism, Judaism, Christianity, Islam, Jainism, Buddhism, Baha'i, and the New Age. The spiritual power of 7 includes a natural charisma and capacity to be an influential channel for higher wisdom. The presence of 7 is a sign from the universe to connect to the sacred. 7 is connected to the planet Neptune. 7 is the journeys, the 7 wonders of the world. And sometimes the 7 wonders of the world have to happen within your own internal landscape. You start with you. Okay? Thank you for following me, Corey Brown. The oracle of the 7 blessings of ease is a reminder that you are a sacred being and have no need to hold yourself hostage to shame, blame, guilt, anger, judgment, or fear. Acknowledge your connection to spiritual knowledge. Pray, and your prayers shall be answered. That was a message for many of you. Gnostic goddess Sophia adulterated with demon, Yada, the birth, Antichrist. I'm really sorry you're lost in the woods, but enjoy your journey there. Feel free to block her, whoever, like Yessie. If Letty's here, block her as well. Because, again, I don't have time for people and their rhetoric. Talk about brainwashed. It's unbelievable. It's actually a lack of common sense. Because if you actually, if you start connecting the dots, you start realizing we've been lied to for since the 19th century. If you actually read the right books, you understand the right concepts. When people tell you that psychic energy is the devil, are psychics evil? Some are. Why? Because they're human beings. So some people use their psychic powers for evil, and some people use it for good. Money is not the root of all evil. People are. Some people are just fucked up with money, and they are avarice and cruel, and they want more. And then some are incredibly generous. Tribal thinking, scared to grow alone. Sorry, I was hoping with 1 foot, happy to be here. Oh, fantastic. So, okay, we're getting the Blue Angel Oracle deck. And this is a question to Angel Michael, Archangel Michael, because we really need that energy right now. And then we're going to do Mary Magdalena, and then the Light Worker Angelic deck, and we're going to get some messages, okay? All right, and I hope to God Marcellus saw visions like this when he crossed over. I hope to God, and I'm pretty sure he did. Visions like this. Isn't that a beautiful image? Okay, when you're ready, top, bottom, or middle. Top, bottom, or middle when you're ready. Let's see what the next message is for us as a collective. What do we need to understand from Archangel Michael? Blue Angel Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. That's the deck. Middle. Anyone else? Middle? Because if you don't, okay, middle. Okay, I'm stepping in middle. All right, 37, Abundance Mandala. I go fast because, we got to keep it moving. Abundance Mandala, 37. 37 is 10. 10 is Isis Osiris. 10 is also the Wheel of Fortune. And 1 plus 0 is 1. And that is connected to the sun. Okay? Let me read it to you. Abundance, mandala, prosperity. As you meditate about this beautiful mandala, notice how its pulsating energy draws your attention to its light-filled center. Feel the frequency. Excuse me. Okay. Feel the frequencies and colors flow through your body, mind, and soul. Life is magical. Every moment is brimming with creativity and potential. Be mindful of the enchantment around you. Feel the light and life force within you, and imagine your energy embracing the entire world. Keep your focus on whatever you are doing at the present point in time. Abundance is yours. Believe. Okay, hang on. Okay, well, let me see. Okay, hang on. I'm not drinking enough water, that's obvious. Abundance is yours. Believe this and begin to see opportunities surrounding you. The energy of creation is inexhaustible. It is forever within you and around you. Why is this message important about abundance? Why is this message? Because if you feel as if nothing will get better, if you feel powerless, then you will co-create powerlessness. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Any questions on that? Any questions? Okay. Any questions or comments? So, Abundance Mandala is to say, yes, we can co-create the new earth. Abundance Mandala means, yes, we can have a different infrastructure. Abundance Mandala feels like, yes, I have the power to change my environment, to change my inner and outer landscape. I can do this. Does that make sense? Any questions? Any questions on that? All right. Any questions? All right. Are you ready for the next card? Are you ready for the next card? I was looking to do the Mystic Magdalena, Mary of Magdalena. And typically those cards are very short. And then we're going to go more into something else, okay? Hang on for a quick second. Go more into something else, okay? Hang on for a quick second. Okay, great. Hang on for a quick second. Let me get another deck. I'll be right back. I just need to get another deck. All right, so let's go right into Mary of Magdalena. It's my favorite deck. It's called the Mystic of Magdalena, and it is by, oh my God, Cheryl Rose. Okay, all right, let's go. Yeah, and let's go. So when you're ready, top, bottom, or middle. Top, bottom, or middle. When you're ready. I want abundance for everyone. Can I manifest this? Of course you can. All you have to do is go into meditations and see the new earth where there's abundance for everyone, where everyone's happy, healthy, Everyone owns a house. You think this is what is it? Utopian. You think this is like Mary Poppins shit? No, it's actually fucking totally possible. Why do I say that? Because it was before. We had a golden age. We had many golden ages throughout this planet. In Tibet, in Atlantis, in Ireland, in different pockets of Africa, Asia, where people lived in absolute abundance. And I had a download. Yes, I see it. So bottom, bottom. Okay, bottom. Okay, this is 28. Okay, 28 in Kabbalah numerology means the trusting lamb. And the trusting lamb, remember we had 37, which is 10. Well, now we have 28, which is 10. So you're getting the number 10 again and again. And what does that mean? It means that the Wheel of Fortune is asking us on a collective level, what do you want to manifest? What do you want? And when you ask, can I manifest abundance for everyone? You can do anything you want with your mind. You guys need to really go on my YouTube channel and look up Mind Power into the 21st Century, where I was reading from a book by John Kehoe about the holographic universe and how manifestation works and why too few people don't know how to use it. They don't know how to manifest, okay? It's on my YouTube channel. But so it's 28 and it's called Magdal Elder. Listen to the elder wisdom. Listen to the elder wisdom. Number 10, okay? So let me read that to you real quick. And then we'll go deeper into some other tarot, what is it? Oracle. I have been watching your YouTube videos. Oh, fantastic. That's my angel. She always sends 10 and dimes. That is so cool. Listen to elder wisdom. Help to foster communication across generations. Take advantage. Now remember, this is a message from from power to you. Help to foster communication across generations. Take advantage of the life experiences of elders and ask advice. Intergenerational interaction is healthy and worthwhile for all. There's a place in, I think it's either Finland or Denmark, I forgot exactly where there's a library of elders, old people, 70s, 80s, 90s, and you can rent an old person for a few hours. It's a library. And you sit with them and they tell you about things. The aspect of talking to elders like myself who remember shit is that we remember shit. Meaning shit and the fuckery from the past so that you won't have to replicate that and suffer through it. So it will give you the perspective and the courage to push forward for change. Mary Magdalene aged gracefully and remained the Magdal Elder. The prophet Micah wrote, "As for you, watchtower of the flock, stronghold of daughter Zion, the former dominion will be restored to you. Kingship will come to daughter Jerusalem. Why do you now cry loud, have you no king?" Micah 4:8-9. In this passage, watchtower of the flock is translated from the Hebrew text Migdal Elder. In The Woman with the Alabaster Jar, Margaret Starbird suggests the passage is a clear reference to Mary of Magdalene after she was separated from Yeshua and had no king. Mary left Judea with some of her followers. It did not take long for Mary to accrue a large following in France, as she had the assistance of her beloved from the other side. She was able to attune to him on the etheric plane and carry on their work. She continued with her mentorship and taught as their watchtower and elder until her death. Elder wisdom used to be essential to the survival of the tribe. Older members of the tribe were held in high regard. People came to them to learn vital skills and solve problems. The elder may have already encountered and overcome. There are human libraries. I forgot that. Okay, there are human libraries in Denmark and many other countries where older people volunteer their time. You can rent an elder by subject and learn from their direct experiences. Elevating the value of experience could change the paradigm of how older people are viewed in your community. If you feel inclined to get involved in this practice, it will benefit everyone in your tribe. You may find a Magdal elder. That's amazing. That's going to help you. You want to go and start talking to people who were adults in the 1960s during the civil rights marches. You want to talk to people who lived during the hippie generation. Does that make sense? So any other questions on that? Any questions or comments on that? That was a really cool card. Any other questions? Do you want to pull another card from the same deck, or you want to go on to the deck? And I'm asking you, Angelic Lightwork Healing Oracle. Would you like to do the Angelic Lightworker right now? Or do another card from Mary Magdalena? Any questions? Angelic Lightwork. Okay, cool. We're going to do that. Okay. So this is going to be one of the last cards, because I want to read a little bit from the Archangel Guide to Ascension, 55 Steps to the Light by Diane Cooper and Tim Wilde. And I'll read from that a little bit, because I think with everything that's going on the planet, we need wisdoms, and we need a lot of hope. Because right now, I don't want you to feel hopeless at all. Okay? Okay. So again, top, bottom, or middle. And don't think, just pick. Top, bottom, or middle? Top. Anyone else? Top, bottom, or middle? Okay, cool. Top. Let's do it. So this is 44, Mother Healing. Do you see all these feminine energies today? Every card has been either about abundance, prosperity, or there were feminine energies. That's amazing, isn't it? So why the feminine energy? Why? Because men also have, here comes my twin again. He's so funny. Because feminine energy is nurturing energy, and men have the same type of, a lot of men have the capacity of feminine energy, nurturing energy. Nurturing energy is a feminine energy. Action energy is a masculine energy. It's a balance. And all of you have the masculine and the feminine within you, as you all know. I hope you know that. Bloody hell. All right, so it's 19. Excuse me, it's 44. What am I saying? I was so enamored by the number. Fucking. Hang on. 44 in Kabbalah numerology is 8. It's actually taking on karma. It's actually paying karma, which we just did. The last live I did was about that. All right. 44, Mother Healing. The Oracle of Mother Healing brings a message of restored sense of self. In finding our place, our innate spiritual belongings and value within ourselves, our ability to claim our best path always unfolds. You are learning how to come home to your own heart. You are realizing that you have the capacity to love and be loved, and that you are enough. You are learning that you are a divinely designed to be who you are. While you have dreams to accomplish and grand visions to bring about, your innate essence is a beautiful expression of divine love, just as it is you. Your heart knows how to be a good mother to yourself and others. You deserve to be loved and to love. Archangel Healing, Magic, and Manifestation with Archangel Uriel. Okay? Cross the threshold into the sacred by closing your eyes, breathing deeply, and dropping into a peaceful, loving connection with your heart. When you feel connected to your heart, say out loud, Archangel Uriel, I am honored and open-hearted in your presence. I gratefully acknowledge the abundance, prosperity, sacred manifestation, and countless blessings that you bring for the greatest good of all. You support the embodiment of divine light. I am ready and willing to receive your healing and guidance to fulfill my inner potential for the spiritual benefits of all being. I trust you to hold and protect the sacred space for healing and according to divine will. So be it. Beautiful. Really quick card. Really quick card. So I'm going to read now from the Archangel Guide to Ascension, 55 Steps to the Light. And I'm just going to open it willy-nilly wherever it hits, and then I'll start reading from there. Okay. Listen to this, because this is the color blue. The throat chakra. Focus on your throat chakra and call in Archangel Michael to open it up and light it up into a majestic royal blue ball. Send light from here to the planetary throat chakra in Luxor, Egypt, and visualize an ascension flame burning there. Now imagine a link connecting your throat chakra to Mercury. Take the energy higher and link to telephony, the ascended aspect of Mercury. Feel the higher vibration of telephony flow through you as you say the name to yourself 3 times. Telephony, telephony, telephony. Send the glorious blue light waking up your throat chakra. Draw in your gifts of telepathic communication with the masters and angels on the golden ray. Draw in the energy to communicate with humans, animals, trees, and all other life forms. Relax and allow the qualities of the golden era of Atlantis, such as levitation, teleportation, telekinesis, and the telepathic sending of healing, to return to you. Did you hear what we just read? You asked me, can I bring abundance to all? Did you see the power you can call into for just your throat chakra? Does that tell you? Listen again. Levitation, teleportation, telekinesis, and the telepathic sending of healing to return to you. And you can do it to you first and then send it across the globe. The awakening is a domino effect. It's the 100 monkey theory. That's why the 1% are terrified of us at this point. You see all the shit they're throwing at us? All the shit they're throwing at us. The third eye chakra. Focus on your third eye chakra and call on Archangel Raphael to open it and light it up onto a totally clear crystal ball. Send light from here to the planetary third eye chakra in Afghanistan. Did you see what they're doing to the women in Afghanistan? They're not even allowed to go outside and speak, because a female voice could distract a man. And visualize an ascension flame burning there. Now imagine a link connecting your third chakra to Jupiter. Take the energy higher and link to Jumba, an ascended aspect, meaning hugeness, chakra to Jupiter. Take the energy higher and link to Jumba, an ascended aspect, meaning hugeness, an expanded vision to include all that is. Feel the higher vibration of Jumba flow through you as you say the name to yourself 3 times. Jumbe, Jumbe, Jumbe. Sense the clear crystal light showering you with cosmic abundance so that you are abundant in your physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual life. The light is also bringing in the codes and symbols to open you to huge amounts of wisdom, joy, and expansion, and this enables you to connect with the wisdom of golden Atlantis. Relax and absorb it. The crown chakra. Focus on your crown chakra and call it on Archangel Jophiel to open it and light up the 1,000 crystals or petals of your crown. Send light from here to the planetary crown chakra in Machu Picchu, Peru, and visualize an ascension flame burning there. Now imagine a link connecting your crown chakra to your Uranus. Take the energy higher and link it to Kurune, its ascended aspect. Feel the higher vibration of Kurune flow through you as you say the name to yourself 3 times. Kurune, Kurune, Kurune. Sense the crystal clear light pouring divine transformation into your crown, enabling you to open it up to a higher level so that you can bring in higher enlightenment. Relax and absorb the light. The causal chakra. The causal chakra is above your crown chakra, right? You get that. Focus on your causal chakra and call in Archangel Christiel to open it and ignite the glorious pure white ball of peace. Send light from there to the planetary causal chakra in Tibet and visualize an ascension flame burning there. Now imagine a link connecting your causal chakra to the moon, which has already ascended. Feel the vibration of the moon through you as you say to yourself 3 times, moon, 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 or Chandra. What is it? Chandra? Yeah, Chandra, Chandra, Chandra. Sense the shimmering white light holding all the higher divine feminine qualities, including compassion, love, togetherness, caring, empathy, nurturing, and cooperation down into your causal chakra. It is also enabling you to embrace a higher and wider perspective on situations. It empowers people to work together. Did you hear that? Relax and absorb the energy. the soul star chakra, which is above the causal chakra. Focus on your soul star chakra and call in Archangel Mariel to open and light it up to the high frequency ball of magenta light. Send light from here to the planetary soul star chakra in Agra, India, and visualize an ascension flame burning there. Now imagine a link connecting your soul star chakra to Orion, which has ascended. Feel the vibration of Orion flow through you as you say the name to yourself 3 times. Orion, Orion, Orion. Sense the magenta light holding all the keys and codes of cosmic wisdom pouring into your soul star chakra. Relax and absorb. The stellar gateway, which is above the causal, the soul star. The stellar gateway, focus on your stellar gateway chakra, the huge glowing golden orange ball of light above you, and call in Archangel Metatron to open and light it up. Send light from here to the planetary stellar gateway in the Arctic and visualize an ascension flame burning there. Now imagine a link connecting your stellar gateway chakra to Mars, and then take the energy higher to the ascended aspect of Mars, Nigella. Feel the higher vibration of Nigella flow through you as you say the names to yourself 3 times. Nigella, Nigella, Nigella. Sense the golden orange light filled with the divine masculine qualities of the peaceful warrior pouring into you, within you. It is enhancing courage, constructive action, strength with gentleness, inspiration, leadership, and the power to protect the weak. Relax and absorb the light. Become an ambassador to Earth. If you wish to work intergalactically and become an ambassador for Earth, prepare a space where you can relax and undisturbed. Light a candle if you can. Sit quietly and breathe comfortably with the intention of becoming an ambassador for Earth. Ground yourself by visualizing roots going from your feet deep into the earth. Ask Archangel Michael to place his deep blue cloak of protection around you. Sense your glorious shimmering aura reaching right out to the stars. Link in the rainbow light of Seraphina, the mighty seraphim, and feel her light connect to you. Link down to hollow earth as your golden roots extend into the diamond center of the planet. Imagine yourself tall, grounded, and strong as you stand in your power as a being of the universe. Ask Seraphina if you may serve as an ambassador for Earth during your sleep. Say either out loud or to yourself, Beloved Seraphim, Seraphina, I ask and pray with all my heart and soul that I may serve you and the universe by becoming an ambassador for Earth. Your intentions are noted, and blessings are now pouring onto you from the spiritual hierarchy. Relax and absorb. You can do this visualization as often as you wish. So far, so good? Listen to this. Step 12, building your crystalline light body. For the past eons, we have lived in carbon-based bodies which operates at lower frequencies. This was so that we could understand the third dimension with its polarities of dark and light and experience the lower senses. Most people on the ascension path are currently in the 4th dimension, the level at which their heart chakra opens and they fully accept that they are on an eternal soul journey. Their cells can hold up to 79% light. At the cosmic moment on December 21st, 2012, the new crystalline light body was activated in the etheric for all those who hold this level of light. Did you hear what I said? In my last live tonight, I said, I don't think, or I might have said it here, I forgot. I don't think everyone's had their 9 chakras activated. By the way, you've got total of 50, you've got thousands of chakras, but you've got 15 chakras. Earth star, right? Which is below your feet, and the causal, star, and gateway, right? That's part of the reason why you're having ascension symptoms. It was in this live earlier, you mentioned it. Okay, good. Excuse me, my throat. And so, though you have your 9 chakras, or your 15 actually activated, right? Unbeknownst to you or beknownst to you, and you've been upgraded, and light codes are constantly going down, and you're getting light coded upgrades when you sleep every night because of your frequency match to light, to God, to goodness, to justice. Okay? And so as you hold on to this truth within yourself, right? And you trust that you have the power to change the world. There will be a split, as you've heard. You've heard this. I'm sure you've heard it hundreds of times. Where you will cross these bridges and the maniacal psychopaths that rule the planet will no longer be part of us. Sending blue healing light for your throat chakra. I know. It has a lot to do with what's going on. What's going on with that man, and you know who I'm talking about. So again, let's go back. Hang on for a quick second. I really want you to visualize at the cosmic moment on December 21st, 2012, right? Look at the numbers. Like, write it down on a piece of paper right now. I kid you not. Write it down, because I want to look at something real quick. Be patient with me. So you've got 1 plus 2, right? Plus 2 plus 1, right? Plus 2 plus 1, right? Plus 2. 11. Now 11 has shadows in Kabbalah numerology. 11 is the muzzled lion. But 1 plus 1 equals 2, and that's the high priestess. So, as you know, 2012 wasn't the moment of kumbaya, right? 2012 opened the door to many things that would make us realize what we had never been able to realize ever before. But we are transmuting 11, the muzzled lion, into the high priestess or priest. That's when the third eye is activated. That's when you're getting downloads. That's when you see what others can't see. This is when you see angelic numbers and you ask your friends and they're like, what are you talking about? All right. The cosmic moment on December 21st, 2012, the new crystalline light body was activated with the etheric. For all those who hold this level of light, is a compound of 6-pointed crystalline Merkaba. This looks like 2 pyramids overlapping to form a 3-dimensional 6-pointed star and holds our energy fields at a higher frequency. This crystalline light body is the blueprint of the humans we will become in the golden age. It will come into place for everyone who is 5th dimensional or at the upper levels of the 4th dimension, and those whose souls wishes them to participate in the golden age. The purpose of having a crystalline light body is that it can hold more light than a carbon-based one. Light contains the love, knowledge, and wisdom of the universe. Therefore, in order to build your crystalline body, we must be able to take in more light. This can be done in the following ways. Eat light, fresh organic food, drink pure water, bless everything that enters your body. When you bless everything that enters your body, may I give you a suggestion? Chant a mantra in Sanskrit, because again, many of you know this, but many of you don't, because Sanskrit is considered a mathematical language. NASA Jet Propulsion Laboratory uses Sanskrit, the language, to code AI and other major computers. So when you are making food, or after you've prepared food, right before you're about to ingest food, water, whatever you're about to ingest, do a little mantra, Ahom Prema. Ahom Prema. I am divine love. It is the fastest little mantra I can teach you right now. By the way, 21 people as we say it. So I'm going to type it here, Ahom Prema. Okay, Ahom Prema. It means I am divine love. And when you do that, as you know, and I know you know this, okay, it becomes prasadam, and it means holy food. And suddenly you change, like right now I have water right here. Ahom Prema, Ahom Prema, Ahom Prema. And I have infused this water to become nectar. Now its vibrancy and frequency has changed to a higher level of potency. Right? Bless everything that enters your body. Exercise regularly and lightly. Do what brings you joy. Keep your home physically and energetically cleansed, light, and happy. Breathe deeply and take time to meditate and connect with your higher self. Practice the Ascension exercises in this book. At your current stage, we can hold more than 80% of light in your cells, yet still inhabit the body of flesh. Did you hear that? Should I repeat that? At your current stage, we can hold more than 80% of light body in your cells, yet still inhabit a body of flesh. However, our planet has ascended and her harmonics are rapidly changing. Over the next 20 years, as this crystalline matrix is established within the earth, we will start to notice physical changes in our body that will attune us to the planetary energies. And this is why many people are dropping their bodies. That's why. Why? Because some of them can't cross that bridge, not because they're bad, but because they're so brainwashed they can't. So the fastest way for them to come back in 5D is for them to drop this 3D body, get cleared of all the karmas, samskaras, and then incarnate back into 5D. But some of you will actually live to tell the tale of crossing and watching your body transform. You know what I mean? Okay? Pretty amazing, right? When the crystalline light body is in the process of activation, as many people are now experiencing, the physical body will not need so much food. Light, like sunshine, will be metabolized as a source of fuel. We will also be able to tune in to and absorb the light of the great central sun. Now, I don't know about you, but you've noticed what they've been doing with the sun, right? Chills. No kidding. Wow. As we move further into these elevated energies, our physical body will expand into higher possibilities. Physically, we will change shape. We will develop the longer heads that they had in Atlantis and Egypt to hold the expanded brain and the energy of the causal chakra. We will become taller and thinner and more androgynous. Then, when we work in the etheric, we will operate at the 7th dimensional frequency. Our crystalline light body will be activated and completely managed by our 12th dimensional chakras. Then, as walking masters, we will have access to all the light we need to keep ourselves in prime health and conditions. In future years, we will have a choice as to whether or not we wish to maintain a physical body while living and learning on Earth. But also, what they haven't said, it won't be just that. There will be other planets and realities that you can actually decide to incarnate in. There was a time when, as you well know, we could live to 200-300 years. There are people still today who live up to 150 years. Some of them are in the steppes of Russia. There's a particular place, I forgot where it is, and it's a particular valley in between Pakistan and some other place where for some people, they are still having babies at 75. Women are bearing children, and at 75, they look like they're 35. I mentioned it in one of my lives. Love your work and guidance. Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you. But it's I'm reading. But the point is, what I want to share with you is that there will be other incarnations. In my meditations, there are realities in 6D where we have humanoid bodies. Believe it or not, we are taller. I did see that, and I agree with this. We are taller, but we live for 1,000 years. We still can have children. Yeah, it's just like now, you know, you have a child at 20 or 15, and now you're 30-something, and your kid's 20, you know, that kind of thing, right? No difference, right? But you get to live 1,000 years, and you never age beyond 32, 33. And I saw that multiple times. How do I know this is true? Well, because what I will do to make sure it's not a corrupted download, you know, corrupted downloads happen, don't get me wrong. I throw tarot, I do dowsing wands, and I ask other people to do the same, and I get confirmation that I'm not kidding. I went, wow, okay. And then I get messages through numbers and things of that nature, angel numbers, that show me that, yeah, you're not crazy. I'm constantly checking my downloads. Constantly. I'm constantly working on that to make sure I'm not Delulu, okay? Because the problem with some psychics is they get corrupted downloads and they don't understand that it's a corrupted download. Okay? And you have to constantly hone the messages. First time I'm learning this, I feel that it is from the light. It is. I'm telling you. And so there will be the crystalline bodies in the 6D. What I did find in my meditations is that because the infrastructure for us is so hard on this planet. This part of the reason why it's hard to live on this planet's amazing. It's the leaders that are corrupt. Okay, so I was asking, can you show me, please, how is the infrastructure set? Now, if you've been listening to Mind Power of the 21st Century with me and the holographic universe, okay, you'll know why I'm about to say this. And suddenly they showed me, if you want a table, you manifest it immediately. Why is that possible? Why have we been taught that in manifesting, we don't manifest right away? Because we can manifest crazy shit. Because we have not mastered our monkey mind. But in 6D, we are mindful and we have mastered our monkey mind. We don't have a monkey mind. We have a sober, balanced mind that is completely connected to the heart chakra. And so when we say, I want a table, and we visualize what it looks like, it immediately appears. A meal, there it is. A house, there it is. This, that, and the other, there it is. So there's no caste system. There's no rich and poor. There's no middle class because no one is relying on anyone else for anything. Their dwelling, their food, their pillows, their bed sheets, their curtains. I'm giving you examples in the mundane. Because as soon as we say, I need this now, boom, it comes. Because we have mastered the ability to master and to manifest. And because we've mastered it, we can do it without any negativity, any mistakes. Remember movies on witches? Like on witchcraft, like Bewitched and shit like that. And she'd wrinkle her nose and she turned a man into... She wanted to shut his mouth, but he turned with the head of a pig or whatever. I'm just making it up and trying. Do you remember that? Even mistakes of people with high level ability to manifest could fuck up. In 6D, you can't fuck up. Those kinds of problems are no longer part of that reality of 6D. Does that make sense? So that was incredible. That was exciting. So many of you may actually come here under that new Earth 5D, right? And some of us won't come here for a while. Does that make sense? We won't. We'll do other things. So it's really about what you want to experience. So when you drop your body, even before, start asking, where am I going after this incarnation? Ask. Ask and you shall receive. It makes clear sense. I'm glad it does, because I know it sounds woohoo, but so far, all the bullshit that they taught us for 2,000 years hasn't brought us anything but grief. Grief. And some of the concepts of heavenly planets and hellish planets come directly from the Vedas, written, depending who you talk to, between 7,000 to 10,000 years ago. And before that was Atlantis. And before that was Lemuria. And before that was the Anunnaki. We're starting to remember our history as souls who nomadically travel from planets to universes and so on. And we embody different sentient, incarnated realities, including non-physical bodies. And one of the things we love about incarnating as humanoids, to be honest, on this planet, for example, because there are other planets that have the ocean and they have, forests and things of that nature and waterfalls and all of that. Trust me, heavenly planets. Is that we loved the human touch. We loved the sea spray on our faces. We loved our feet and toes sinking in the sand. We loved the sheen of sweat climbing a mountain and looking at the woods and hearing animals. We loved the beauty of this earth. And I remember I had done a gong session, and this person had put her gong at the bottom of my feet. My feet had no socks. And she started doing her gong, and because I had done, ayahuasca and so forth, I was comfortable with anything that would come, right? And so here came this reverberation up my legs to my heart, and my heart literally felt a little blocked. It felt blocked, as if my heart had stopped for a millisecond. And I took a deep breath in and out, right? It felt like almost a panicking moment. And I just breathed into it, and boom, it exploded. And my third eye opened in that moment. And suddenly I had the vision of going up, running up a hill with a friend. We were definitely not in 3D at all. It looked like Switzerland/Tibet, if you know what I'm saying. And we looked not of this world at all. We were definitely girls, 15, 16-year-old girls, but we were definitely, like, the way our skin glowed, our eyes shone, the way our hair looked like long ribbons of silk. It wasn't from this time. And suddenly I realized I didn't have to run up that hill, but I loved the exertion of running up that hill, of feeling my lungs fill with oxygen. I loved the sheen of sweat, but I could have bounded in one step up to the top of that mountain. And that's what taught me that some of us who incarnate on this planet have really enjoyed some of the challenges of overcoming 3D density through the filtering of the 3D brain, and still rising out of that density to remember truths, to awaken, to seek out, in spite of the, you could say, what is it? A straitjacket? A chastity belt of the entire body. But we've been able to, like, overcome all that. It's pretty amazing. And so as you seek and seek and seek to know thyself be true, right? You're going to find that you're going to realize why you came here for many, many, many levels, but you're going to realize how you have absolute free will not to come back. The people who are lost, sadly, you may have them as friends and family members, will have to return again and again in the hamster wheel until they get sick of it and they want to actually know who they are. I lived in Mintaka. Mintaka. I've never heard of that place, but that doesn't mean anything for me. It doesn't mean that Mintaka. Mintaka, also known as Delta Orionis, is a multiple star system in the constellation Orion and part of Orion's belt. It's one of the brightest stars visible to the naked eye and is known for being the site of the first detection of interstellar gas. Wow, cool. Orion belt. I just looked it up. That's really cool. Very cool. Very cool. All right, shall I begin? Shall I continue? So, building your light body. Sit quietly and breathe comfortably with the intention of building your light body. Ground yourself by visualizing roots going from your feet deep into the earth. Ask Archangel Michael to take his deep blue cloak of protection around you. Visualize yourself sitting in the center of your crystalline Merkaba, your personal six-pointed interlocking pyramids. Ask Angel Metatron to light this up for you at a 7th dimensional frequency. Then ask him to provide a column of pure light from the great central sun and bring it down through your chakras into hollow earth. Visualize it expanding to 32 kilometers, 20 miles radius, and lighting up. See, now let me stop here. Did you hear that? Visualize it expanding it to 20 miles radius and lighting up. Why is this important? Because one of the reasons why you are where you live right now is because your etheric body, the radius of it, 20 miles. Let's say right now I'm sitting where I'm sitting. That means that 20 miles out, people are going to be impacted by my light. That means that when you're walking through the supermarket, walking through the streets, driving in a bus, whatever, your healing lights are hitting people and awakening them. It's a soft tap. That's pretty cool, isn't it? See yourself glowing pure and clear like a crystal. Ask your Merkaba to anchor around you at a fifth dimensional frequency. Ask your higher self and Archangel Metatron to hold this at 80 to 85% light quotient and adjust it according to your needs. Thank Archangel Metatron. Step 13. The quantum hypnosis went back there. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt. Just saying yeah, no, I know that. You haven't, I think you're new to me, right? If you look, you can look at my YouTube channel and you'll see that I'm a hypnotherapist and I talk about how we fell into 3D. I also talk about a lot of past life connections and experiences on other planets. And many of the species that I have seen myself personally and my clients, I don't see mentioned in any books. Okay, and you can't make shit up like that. It's too complex to come up like off the top of your head while you're in deep meditation, as you probably know, Renee. Okay? No, welcome. I'm very happy you're here. Okay. Light dispensations. As the ascension process accelerates, Archangel Metatron is releasing bursts of specific light energy from the Great Pool of Atlantis, which recently merged with the Great Ascension Pool above the Pyramid of Giza. Together they create a mighty force. At the fall of Atlantis, the original pool was stored by Archangel Metatron, and it has now been made available in limited bursts specifically for the ascension process. These very high frequency concentrated releases of light enable us to move forward very quickly on our spiritual path by building our light body. These light dispensation also powerfully affect the establishment of our fifth dimensional chakra column. When this light floods down from the Great Ascension Pool, it is received in the stellar gateway and moves down through the chakra column before it is anchored into hollow earth by Archangel Sandalphon. Calling in the energy of the Great Ascension Pool, it is a very effective method of permanently illuminating the fifth dimensional crystalline light body. During 2013, 4 specific light dispensations were authorized by Archangel Metatron and the Planetary Ascension Council based in Luxor. They were released in response to requests from human light workers, in which each burst of light, the magnitude in Luxor. They were released in response to requests from human light workers, in which each burst of light, the magnitude of the energy. My apologies. I got interrupted with the phone. Hang on. Where was I? But okay, let me go back. Hang on, okay? Yeah, okay, I'm just going to... During 2013, 4 specific light dispensaries were authorized by Archangel Michael and the Planetary Ascension Council based in Luxor. They were released in response to requests from human light workers. With each burst of light, the magnitude of the energy increased. They harmonized with the light codes that are accelerating in frequency and with many astrological alignments that made 2013 such a challenge year for those on the ascension path. The first dispensation was in September 2013 and was specifically aimed at raising the percentage of light within the 4 body systems to 80%. The second dispensation in October 2013 cleared etheric debris from the 5th dimensional chakra column of those who were ready. The third was in November 2013. It illuminated the 5th dimensional chakra column and targeted the base and sacral chakras of those who were ready to fast track their lessons. The last dispensation of 2013 occurred in the winter solstice, the 21st of December, and the light codes released were very much gentler and had the effect of calming and softening the process that everyone had been through during the year. You can call for your light dispensation by invoking Archangel Metatron and asking him to fill your 4-body system with 80% light. Ask him under the law of grace to provide a special light dispensation for this to take place. This will illuminate you with the frequency of an ascended master. Once this light is in your field, it is your responsibility to focus on a place or situation that needs to be transmuted to a higher frequency. From the start of 2014, the light that had been pouring out from the core of Helios had been of such intensity that no further light dispensation had been requested or needed. The integration have been very intense, and people are having to take in the energy while living their everyday lives. However, as more people become fifth dimensional and are able to live with the higher frequencies, it will become appropriate for light workers to call in light dispensation once again to benefit all. Wow. And I think they're probably doing it now, okay? Dimensional paradigms. There are 3-dimensional paradigms running concurrently on Earth at present. Masses of people are living out their third-dimensional reality. It is their sole choice to create, experience the condition that are a reflection of their thoughts and beliefs. It is anticipated that before 2032, a light will go on in the collective consciousness that will enable them to see life from a higher perspective. They will then open their hearts and souls to the 4th dimension. This sudden shift will accelerate the entire planetary ascension process. In the meantime, the 4-dimensional paradigm has been fully activated as an energetic grid around the planet, and we are now a 4th dimensional planet, and people worldwide are starting to develop a social consciousness. This also is a deeply constructive period where the energy is reflected back from our thought process almost instantly. Those on the spiritual path are now expected to use this time to build the 5th dimensional reality that we are aiming for. There are many who are living in the 5th dimensional paradigm now by maintaining a spiritual attitude and focus. Thoughts creates reality, and this point of focus is providing light workers with massive advantage as they strive towards the ultimate goal of ascension. Invoking Archangel Metatron's light. Here's a simple and very effective way to invoke Archangel Metatron's light from the Ascension pool. Prepare yourself for meditation. Sit quietly and visualize a place or situation that needs pure ascension light. This can be anywhere of your choice. May I give you a suggestion? When he says, visualize a place or situation that needs pure ascension light, this can be anywhere in your choice. I'd like you to zoom out to planet Earth and then allow the zooming in of a place in the world. Let yourself be guided there. Don't have an agenda. Do not have an agenda. Let your soul and your light crew, your team, right, guide you to the place they think you're best suited to activate ascension light codes. Trust where you're led. Don't second guess. So zoom out, see the whole planet, beautiful blue marble, right? And then let yourself be drawn to the place where you need to be because of your particular frequency light codes. Invoke Archangel Metatron to access the Ascension pool and ask him to dispense this pure light to your chosen area. See golden orange light pour out from the mighty pool above the Great Pyramid of Giza. Visualize and assist Archangel Metatron to direct the flow of light to where it is needed. Link hands with Archangel Metatron and hold the area in the highest integrity. See all sentient beings touched by the light, happy, joyous, and filled with unity consciousness. Bless their ascension pathway and pour your own heart love into the flow of energy. Thank Archangel Metatron for the light dispensation. Open your eyes and know that you have touched many lives for the highest good of all. And you know why this is great? Because you wouldn't be here if you weren't part of this incredible transformation. You'd be out there looking at dancing girls or other silliness. You wouldn't be here. I'm going to read chapter 14. Is that okay? Would you like it? And chapter 14 is called The Law of Gratitude and Blessings. Okay? Shall we begin? All right. Earth is the accelerated learning plane of the universe, and life on Earth offers the greatest opportunity for spiritual growth that is available anywhere. Souls literally queue up for a chance to come here. The first souls to take physical bodies at the start of Atlantis were in awe of all they were offered. Although they had gone through the veil of amnesia, they were incredibly grateful for their lives. They gave thanks for food, for pure flowing water, for being able to touch a tree and feel its texture and energetic imprint. They were grateful for the joy and sorrow of emotions. How amazing to smell a flower. How wonderful to taste fruit. Ah, delight and joy in all forms of gratitude. And the more thankful these souls were for life on earth, the more good things were showered on them. However, as they incarnated again and again, earth became familiar, and they forgot the wonders of life, so they became denser and more distant from source. Every thought of energy we send out creates an etheric symbol. Certain radiant energies form such perfect geometrical shape that they act as keys to open doors of universal abundance. Gratitude and blessings are two of these radiant energies. So are other higher ascension qualities like faith, unconditional love, and trust. When the sacred geometry of our thought is a perfect match for the divine thought, the universe responds with an outpouring of abundance in alignment with our soul's desire. As above, so below. If a child glows with pleasure when we give them a present, our heart expands with pleasure and we want to shower more gifts to them. The sacred geometry of their joyous response matches the frequency of our giving heart. However, when they expect gifts as a right, the geometry no longer matches and we stop giving. The universe response is similar. When we are grateful for something, more of that good comes to us. So if, for example, you have a small garden and would like a bigger one, make what you have as beautiful as possible. Appreciate every tiny bit of it. This is a sure way of attracting a bigger one from the universe. You have shown your desire. You deserve it and are grateful. If you would like more interesting work, put your heart and soul into the task you are given. Your enthusiasm will light up your aura and draw in work that brings your soul satisfaction. If you would be glad of greater prosperity, appreciate every single thing you can afford. Say thanks for every pound in your bank account. Every gratitude magnetizes more. You get a new job, you have a baby, you buy a house. How do you respond? Are you ready to open your heart and say thank you? I'll do my very best. Responsibility is a gift that offers you the opportunity to respond to the universe. It is a chance to show gratitude. Genuine gratitude is an abundance tool. Be grateful for all that you have and more will flow for you. There are 2 archangels who can assist you to expand your chakras so that you are able to feel genuine appreciation. Ask Archangel Shamuel to expand your heart so that you can really give heartfelt thanks for your experiences. Ask Archangel Gabriel to raise the frequency of your base and sacral chakra to the 5th dimension, for it is when you feel safe, secure, and trusting that you are ready to give genuine thanks for all you have. A gratitude walk. A gratitude walk is a simple and effective way of opening your eyes to the awesome and totally free gift that surround you. You can do this as a physical walk or as a visualization. A gratitude walk visualization. Prepare a space where you can be relaxed and undisturbed. Light a candle if you can. Sit quietly and breathe comfortably with the intention of taking an inner gratitude walk. Ground yourself by visualizing roots going from your feet deep into the earth. Ask Archangel Michael to place his deep blue cloak of protection around you. Invoke Archangel Shamuel to touch your heart. Set off on a relaxed, safe walk along a beautiful sun-drenched path. A stranger passes and you exchange smiles. Offer inner gratitude. A bird is sitting on a branch, singing its heart out. Listen with all your attention. A dog barks. What is it trying to communicate? You run your hands through your flowing water. Enjoy the flow of love of the universe. Feel the grass under your feet and tune into the song of the earth. Touch a tree and wonder at the feel of the bark. Be aware of the tree roots forming a network around the planet and add love to it. Look at the sky and be in awe at the vastness of the cosmos. Take as much time as you like to experience and enjoy the wonders of nature. Nature has been proven to heal people by 15%. 1-5. A gratitude walk. I love that. I needed that. It's pretty amazing. So it's interesting that we're talking again about gratitude, because when I was reading for the last 2 weeks, I was reading from the book Mind Power into the 21st Century. Gratitude is where, in other words, if you're in a shitty, I'm going to say something that's going to be very hard because some of you have experienced that. You have been in shitty jobs where you were not treated well. And the way you trick your mind is to actually say to the universe, I am grateful for my paycheck. I am grateful for being employed. And then imagine a job where you are respected and admired. Admire it as you're driving there, when you're driving to a job, because jobs can really, really fuck your head up if they mess with you. These bosses, these micromanagers, these meetings, right? I used to call them meetings, beatings. So what you want to do is, as you're driving, imagine that you're driving, not to the job you're driving on, but a job that, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, they admire me. I'm part of the, I'm having fun. I'm getting to do shit I love. Or imagine, if you want your own business, you don't want to work for anyone. Imagine you're driving to a business meeting for your business. It may take 2 years, but if you keep doing it every day, every single day, when you open the door, your handle on that doorknob or hitting the elevator button, imagine, close your eyes and imagine you're somewhere else where you're admired and you're making an abundance of money and you're doing what you love to do. And yes, when you open your eyes, don't let your heart drop going, well, this was a funny little micro meditation to know where here I am in the shithole. Don't do that. Keep that high vibration. Sometimes it does take a year, 2 years. Why? Because some of the people you have to meet to help you in your new job, career, or your own business are still untangling themselves from their own karmic path, and they're not ready to meet you yet. And there might be something where you don't even know what kind of business you want to start. Or you don't know. There's certain things you don't know. You're not sure what you want, but you know you don't want this. So while you are in an indecisive place of neutrality, right? Or limbo, or purgatory, or whatever you want to call it, you have to keep your frequency and energy high. And in seeding the universe with what you want. Because in lives, we have multiple crossroads. There's not ever one decision. There's always 10 to 20 pathways you can make. And in those pathways, choose the pathway that really raises your heart chakra, where you just feel euphoric. Don't worry about how is this possible? How will this happen? That will entangle you into a fishnet of bullshit. What you want to do is you want to visualize what you want and then keep that vision steady until suddenly the doors start flying open. And that is what I've been doing for the last 20 years. I'm going to tell you a story about manifesting that's and it's an extraordinary story. And I wish, I could prove it to you right now, but I'm just going to tell you the story. So it was March 3rd, 2011, I think. I remember it was March 3rd. Why? Because it was my mother's birthday. So it was March 3rd, and I was power walking in the Arroyos in South Pasadena, California. And I had a book that I wanted to publish. It's a breast cancer book for lovers and, for survivors of breast cancer. It was like a Kama Sutra for lovers, okay? And I had written a letter to Louise Hay and her assistant, Shelly Anderson, an email asking for $1,700 to help me publish the book because I just wanted to self-publish it, okay? And as I was meditating on March 3rd, I just imagined a sum I wanted, and I thanked the universe with all my heart for that check. And I just totally concentrated for the whole 45 minutes of my power walk on it with a fierceness, a passion, a joy, a gratitude. That Sunday, my husband at the time said, hey, you got some letters you didn't open. And I'm like, fuck, bills, right? And I opened the letter, and the letter, when I opened it, a yellow check fell out, and the sum was $1,500. And the letter said, we never donate to projects like yours. We donate for AIDS, we donate for children, we donate for people in jail, we donate to all kinds of, but your letter was so compelling that we hope that this seed money of $1,500 will help you birth your book. And that money, all of it went for the book. It's self-published, it's on Amazon today, to this day. So the point I'm saying is when you're ready to decide what you want, and you are doing it for the greater good, the universe will damn near, and again, the greater good. Oh, I want to be a millionaire. Okay, why? How's that going to help the populace? And if your answer is blank, and the argument, we're going to talk about the obvious argument, in that case, why are all these people billionaires? We're going to talk about that in a minute. But the story of that moment, right, was you can't make this shit up, right, at all. Not at all. And because I was not looking to make money off the pain of women, I wanted to give them something for them. A pillow book for breast cancer survivors and their lovers. I'll put it on my link tree. I haven't, because I'm very, funny about shit like that. But I will put it up. And you can see it. Immediate. Boom. There it was. I couldn't fucking believe it. I started crying and crying and crying. I'm glad, Mama, Geishi Mama. I'm glad you need to hear that. And subsequently, I realized that if everything I asked for had a component of the greater good, I would get what I wanted. Okay? So now you're going to ask me, because let's talk about the pink elephant in the room. Why is it then that we have trillionaires and billionaires? Why is the 1% growing in money? Okay? We've gone from millionaires in the 1910. We've gone from millionaires in the 1870s. And we've progressed from maybe 2 or 3 billionaires in the 1960s, the oil barons of the Saudi Arabian, sheiks and so forth, to fucking a massive level of billionaires. Why is that? They're telling me to tell you because we have never believed in our own power to change the infrastructure. And so as long as we were apathetic to our own power to manifest shifts and change that were fair for everyone, until we allowed, right, this imbalance of wealth, that it was going to snowball and snowball and snowball until it was so egregious to our own hearts that we would get together as tribe members and change the frequency of that reality into the new earth. It had to happen that way. It had to be so sickening. It's like seeing somebody who never stops eating. It's like seeing someone who hoards in their apartment or house. Have you ever seen hoarders? And there's trash everywhere and they're insane. Well, similarly, billionaires and trillionaires are hoarders. They have a mental illness. They do. There is avarice. Okay? And there is arrogance. And there is a corruptness to the soul. Not because of the money, because, sweetie pies, there are corrupt poor people as well. It's not the money. It's the innate character of an individual, money or not. Assholes are assholes. There are tons of poor people that are assholes. Don't mistake money. And so that's why. But if you come in and you say to the universe, I want to, if I had $100 million right now, I would buy land and have tiny homes for single mothers. The universe would give you the money. We all have our desires and we all have our goals and we all have our parts to play. Right? And that's what you need to understand. Right? So when you ask, how can I change the world? By simply adding abundance to everyone. In other words, when my son says to me, well, maybe we should visualize blah, blah, blah for, and I say, no. If we visualize abundance for everyone, all our personal problems right now are fucking eradicated. So I'm not going to manifest my electric bill being paid. I'm going to manifest that no one has to pay for electricity like Nikola Tesla wanted for all of us. And that will handle my electric bill. How? The universe will give me a check out of nowhere to pay it until the entire universe, the entire planet has a new system that pays. Does that make sense? That handles that business. When you do that, when you manifest for all, you manifest for yourself. Every time without there's no mistake. Speaking of jobs, I'm gratefully walking to work. Wow, awesome. Okay, you're right. I understand now. I ask common living. Community living. I ask community living. Well, when you say community living, I mean, some people don't want a community live. You've got lone wolves. What you want to do is just for you, right? So you say people live in the abundance that serves their desires, and everyone is balanced, and everyone is generous, and it takes a village. We all take care of each other if we need to, but we respect each other's privacy. But I mean, you don't have to go on and on, but you can actually visualize these in literally mini films in your head. You can create mini films, right? Mini videos of that reality. How does that look? How does that feel? Right? Like I just explained to you what happens in 6D, right? If you came in late, I'll upload this video, this live onto YouTube. But does that make sense? And so when we understand how to change our environment, sometimes you can still have a lot of pain, a lot of trauma, and you might say to yourself, well, when I get my shit together, then I'll do this. I would say no. Your shit will get together when you do that. When you heal, when your intent is to be generous for all, then your problems would dissolve each other magically because you're always thinking of the greater good. And the greater good is for you as well. It always is. And I think that's what we need to get to as a people. Because so far, this process in at least, I'm going to say 35 to 4,000 years is not working. It's not working. Because I'm pretty sure, and I've seen it in my own meditations, also my clients when I do Akashic readings, I've seen that as Atlantis fell, and many fell from 5D to 3D, there were still pockets of 5D. It never occurred to me until I was in a meditation for an Akashic reading for a client, and I realized, holy fuck, Atlantis is gone, but Tibet is still in 5D. Oh my God, there are parts of Africa, Asia, Europe. There were Druids. They were still in 5D. So when Atlantis fell, we didn't all fall to 3D. There were still magical portals that were still thriving in the vibration of 5D. Isn't that interesting? And then eventually there was a complete total collapse. And I can't tell you when that happened because I don't know. I really don't. Okay? So anyway, thank you for following me. That's really sweet. So any other questions or comments? I'm going to give you, so you've got the Aham Prema, which is I am divine love. You may want to do it on all your chakras. You may want to do it when your monkey mind is slapping you left and right. You may want to do it while you're cooking your food, while you're doing your food, while you're about to, you've got your food in front of you. You've got your lunch at the office, and you do a quick Aham Prema on your food, your soda, your water, your coffee, your tea, whatever, and it should be good to go. One of the wonderful, loving, it's actually a mantra of love, okay? It's to attract love, and I'm going to give you the two. Now, one of them is actually a video I already have up. I'm doing this, helping others now, failing myself, cooperations are being bad, but I'll have my day. Hi. So, Polly, what's up? Oh, hugs. Is that a hug? All right. So, Om Parama Prema Rupaya means Om and salutations to the supreme divine love coming in a recognizable form. Now, this is on my profile. You'll look it up under guided meditation. It's there. You'll see Om Parama Prema Rupaya Namaha. Now, the one that I was chanting a lot, which I'll do a video on that. It's Om Radha. This is actually the divine couple. So it's Om Radha Krishnaye Namaha, and it means Om and salutation to that single being of love, manifesting as the lovers Radha Krishna. This is the divine twin ray couple. In fact, I have them right in front of me right now as we speak. So Spirit named me. All right. Any other questions or comments? The love. When you do Om Parama Prema Rupaya Namaha, let me read it to you. The love invoked by this mantra may or may not be sexual or in character. I knew a woman many years ago who used this mantra. She attracted a spiritual teacher or guru with whom she had sex on several occasions. Even after they physically parted, she left to marry and have children. She always felt his love and protection with her. His loving presence was a constant inspiration and source of guidance for her, even many years later. This does not mean that one should necessarily approve of or condone such sexual activities. The importance of this incident is that love that came from it, a love that lasted a long time even after the sexual part was over. We may also come into relationship where the sexual part, for one reason or another, comes to an end, but it need not be the end of our love. The mantra may also bring an ecstatic vision of the divine beloved. It is also important to stay in the now, the present time, and being grateful for what you have. Yes, we discussed that. Absolutely. For becoming the highest form of love you can be, Aham Prema, I am divine love. With this simple mantra, you affirm your own essential nature as one of divine love. The vibration of this mantra begins with the process of transformation, your entire body being nature and spirit into an emanation, your own particular emanation of divine love. I know a man who had a meditation for many, many years before he started saying this mantra. After chanting for just a few weeks, he told me that he felt as if he were being filled with love. He felt increasing love for his wife and family. He noticed that his desire in everyday situation was to become the transforming force of love. He felt love becoming a force in his own business activities as well as his personal life. He wondered out loud where he was going to go lead, even as his smile told us both he already knew the answer. There are others who have used this mantra, Aham Prema, and reported back for me weeks and months later that they felt some inner transformation was happening that defied description. They all agreed that whatever it was, they liked it a lot. Aham Prema. Okay? So Aham Prema, I typed it once before, and I'll type it again here for you guys. Aham Prema. Okay, let me send that to you. I am divine love. I'm divine love is what is coming up. Divine love. I would use this mantra all day long, all day long, all day long. So you may want to do a screenshot of that right here. You'll see it. Aham Prema. And one of the mantras that also destroys blockages. I'm giving you right now mantras that are already on my profile page. And the second one is Om Namah Shivaya, and it destroys blockages. So when your monkey mind is going crazy, right? Rather than letting it go crazy, do Om Namah, right? Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Okay? And it destroys blockages. Complete. And so what does that mean? Well, if you're having a problem with someone, right, in the office, or if you're having a problem with a spouse or whatever, that's going to help. So between Aham Prema, and you can say Aham Prema, Om Namah Shivaya. Aham Prema, Om Namah Shivaya. So I am divine love, and I am asking to destroy these blockages, right? And if I were you, I would work on those mantras, on my chakras, on, you know what I mean? Any other questions or comments? There is an incredible mantra called Om Mani Padme Hum, which I'm sure you know. It's the Om, the jewel of consciousness, has reached the heart's lotus. So Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. In Eastern spiritual circles, there is a saying that when the mind and heart are united, anything is possible. And why is that? Because when the heart, the seat of the soul, is omnipotent over the monkey mind, aka the mind, once the monkey mind becomes the servant of the soul, anything is possible. The mantra is extraordinarily powerful in linking the capacity of the mind with the divinity of the heart. It is the human capacity born of mind linking with heart that accounts for the transforming power of compassion. It is a state from which, thankfully, there is no turning back. So when you do a mantra, you don't just chant it once. You chant it again and again and again. Now listen to this, okay? This book is called, just on the site, Shakti Mantras by Thomas Ashley Farran. Thank you, Renee. So this is the Kuan Yin mantra. The Kuan Yin mantra. I have chanted the Kuan Yin mantra and performed Kuan Yin ceremonies since 1985, and the feeling it generates is unique among the mantras I use. It produces a feeling of calm within minutes. Among mantras used in the East, this one has traditionally been used primarily in China and Japan, only becoming popular in the English-speaking world through John Blofield in the 1970s. It is unique in that it is used as an all-purpose mantra chanted for any difficulty, problem, or desire. Namo, Namo Quan Chi Yin Pusa. Namo Quan Chi Yin Pusa. Sanskrit, I keep hearing this in my head today. Beautiful, because again, in case you didn't hear that, Sanskrit is a mathematical language. It is an exact mathematical language, and that's why. So Namo Quan Chi Pu Yin. Okay, Nama Quan Chi Yin Pu Sa. So I'll type it out for you. Okay, I'll type it out. And you guys, so again, salutations to the most compassionate and merciful Bodhisattva Kuan Yin. Okay, so Namo, Quan, right? Quan, Chi, Chi, Yin, Pusa. Okay, that's and again, salutations to the most compassionate and merciful Bodhisattva Kuan Yin. Each time I perform one of the many Sanskrit ceremonies I conduct for people, the experience is unique. However, a Kuan Yin water ceremony that I performed in early 2000s stands out clearly in memory. In front of those who attended the ceremony, I spread out a plastic cloth and put in place a number of copper plates, pots, spoons, cups, and other ceremonial paraphernalia, with each item having a specific purpose. The centerpiece of the ceremony is the pouring of ceremonial oblations, water or milk, for example. Over the murti, a religious icon or statue that symbolically represents the purpose of the ceremony we are performing, I came across this particular Kuan Yin murti when Margallo and I attended a gem show in Santa Monica. There, in one of the display booths, was a beautiful foot-high, violet-colored, translucent ceramic statue of Kuan Yin. I admired the statue greatly, so Margallo immediately bought it from the Chinese vendor and gave it to me, saying, "Happy Father's Day." As I said for the ceremony, a process I've gone through literally thousands of times, I found that I could not contain my joy. I was feeling something so wonderful that I was glad to be able to share it with others. Then I sat down, closed my eyes, and intoned the opening mantras. I felt something come over my head. It was really an odd feeling. It was almost as if I were suddenly wearing a stiff shawl, or I was crammed into some shallow rock shelf. Opening my eyes, my glance fell to the plate at my side on which sat the beautiful image of Kuan Yin. Her carved pose in the statue suggested someone who had a stiff shawl over her head or was sitting on a shallow rock shelf. My feeling was an exact correspondence with her pose. For a second, I was speechless. Then I resumed the ceremony. For the rest of the service, I felt that I was somewhat in union with the statue of Kuan Yin. So what's interesting about buying statues, right? What's interesting about buying something that you're going to use on your altar, right, is it has to speak to you. You don't just buy it because you want it. You buy it because it begs you to buy it. I'll give you an example. So I lived in Malibu, okay? And there's a crystal shop. It's still there. It's on Heather Cliff Avenue. It's right off Malibu. It's going towards Zuma Beach, as a matter of fact. And there was a crystal shop, and I walked in. They had the geodes, those huge, like 4 foot, 5 foot, 6 foot tall geodes of amethyst. And I walked in, and there was this massive quartz crystal skull, the size of a man's head, right? And I was like, holy shit. And I started talking to the kid who was there. And I said, wow, how much is that? He said, 15,000. But, if you could buy it, we'd give it to you for 7. I didn't have the money. No way. Not at all. Okay. But there was a smaller one, the size of my fist, sitting next to it. And I said, my God, this reminds me of the Mitchell Hedges skull. By the way, the Mitchell Hedges skull is reported to have come from Atlantis, on the side note. Okay. And he said, you won't believe this, but this particular skull, right, the big one for 7,500, had been sitting next to the Mitchell Hedges skull for 2 weeks. Now, if you know anything about crystals, the light codes of crystals are downloaded to other crystals. So if you put crystals together, they work together. They communicate. Crystals communicate. And just on a side note, just so you know, the Mitchell Hedges skull in the 70s, 80s, actually it was found in the 1910 in Honduras. There were psychics from all over the world who were going and working with the Mitchell Hedges skull. And the owner of that skull, the caretaker of that skull, a woman, was, and I could tell you more in deep, but I'm trying to tell the story fast, had allowed psychics to work with it unbeknownst to each other. Why that? Well, because she wanted to make sure that the messages coming from a skull wasn't all bullshit. She wanted to make sure that whatever these psychics were saying, they didn't know that each of them were having the same experiences, okay? So the message that each of them got, different ways, but the same message, which was an Atlantean priestess who had been unalivened by the evil factions, and her body was thrown as a message to the light, the faction of light. The faction of light took her skull, cleaned it, and did a circled meditation to surround it and to turn that bone skull into quartz crystal. Well, how is that possible? Well, they were on higher frequency than us in those days. And that skull, just started reading a book about Lemuria, fantastic, Hazel. And that skull was somehow buried in Honduras, found. Now, there are people that saying it's fake and this and that. But the thing about it, remember, I said there were multiple psychics who had worked with that skull and all got a similar message that it belonged to an Atlantean priestess. There were people who saw the skull and said that it looked like, and anthropologists and so forth said that it feels like the skull or looked like the skull of a woman's skull. So there were a lot of supporting documents. So here was this skull that I couldn't, the quartz crystal that I'm, you know how you find certain things, you're like sick, oh my God, I wish I could get it. But next to it was a small skull, the size of my fist. And I lifted it up and he said, yeah, that skull was there too. With Mitchell Hedges? He goes, yeah. And it started talking to me. It said, you're coming home. And I was like, I can't afford you. You're not coming anywhere. But I started visiting that skull every day for 2 weeks. And finally, it kept the message, because when I choose a crystal, I put it to my heart chakra and to my third eye. I always do that. If I feel nothing, I put it back. It's not mine. But if I feel something, then I get it. So I did the same thing. I basically wanted to know, are we aligned? And I felt a massive connection with this crystal skull. And I was like, how am I going to come up with this money? It was during COVID. It just started, lockdown. There was, as you know, no jobs. And long story short, I got a check. It was $25 off, but I got a check out of nowhere. And I ran down and got the skull. It's right here with me today. And so the skull that I'm referring to, the Atlantean skull, was called the Mitchell Hedges skull. Mitchell Hedges, hedges, like hedging betting. Let me see what it's called today. The Mitchell Hedges skull. And there was a book I have, which I hope to God I can find, because if I've lost it, I'm going to be sick. F.A. Mitchell Hedges, the Mitchell Hedges skull. Frederick Albert Mitchell Hedges was an English adventurer, traveler, and writer. Mitchell Hedges was known for his connection to the Mitchell Hedges crystal skull, claimed to have been found by his adopted daughter, Anna. It was founded, it was found in the early 1920s. And it has a lower mandible that is removed, and it's pure quartz crystal. And there are a lot of naysayers that say, oh, it was done by machine. But if you look at this skull, there's no fucking way. There's no fucking way. Let me tell you more. So this man was British, and let me see, what else can I tell you? Let me read. Okay, he claimed to have found with his daughter Anna the Maya ruin of Lubantan while on an expedition to British Honduras, present-day Belize, in the 1920s. However, he made no record of the skull until the late 40s. After a crystal skull was auctioned off by Sidney Burning at Sotheby's in October 1943. Moreover, in December 1943, F.A. Mitchell Hedges' skull disclosed in a letter to his brother that he had recently acquired the skull in an auction from Burney, paying £400. Controversies continued when identical measurements were found between Sotheby's skulls and Mitchell Hedges' skull, leaving the authenticity of the artifacts questionable. So here's the thing I'm going to tell you. Thank you. Breathtaking photo, right? Thank you. The Mitchell Hedges skull has 13 other skulls, and many spiritualists and psychics and have talked about how there are 13 skulls, and I think 2 or 3 more have been found, and many more are, it's not that they're lost, it's that they're keeping the crystal grid of planet Earth. They're not to be found by human hands. They're just not to be found, because you know how greedy people get. You know what happens when power like that is lands in the wrong hands. But again, this is Wikipedia. And as you know, Wikipedia can be edited by all kinds of naysayers and all kinds of people with their own agenda. But I would highly recommend that you look up some books and, do your own research and make your own judgment. It's called also the Skull of Doom, which is weird. I never heard that before. That's interesting. But there is a book, and it's not the book I loved. It's a book by Richard Garvin, Garvin. It's called The Crystal Skull, The Story of the Mystery, Myth, and Magic of the Mitchell Hedges Skull, discovered in the Lost Mine City during a search for Atlantis. So, but I don't think that's the book that I loved at all. Hang on for a quick second. I'm trying to see if Anyway, any other questions? Yeah, you're welcome. What does that mean, FYP? I mean, I know what it means for your page, but what does it mean? Are you like helping me get more views? I don't think that's going to work. I'm going to be honest with you. I think bloody hell, I think I found the book that I've been looking for. Let me tell you the title. So it's called, it was published in February 1st, 1989, Mysteries of the Crystal Skull Revealed, written by, I have to buy this book. This is insane. Because I think I lost it, because I can't find it at all. But it's by, hang on for a quick second, let me tell you the author's name. That's the cover I was looking for. So it's by Sandra Bowen, F.R. Nick Nocerino, and Joshua Shapiro. Mysteries of the... So it looks like the crystal skull is levitating above Tibet, a Tibetan monastery called... Oh my God, my mind is a sieve today, I'm sorry. It's been a long day. But any other questions or comments? Supposed to put you on For You page. You're very kind. No, I knew that what it meant, but I don't know how it works, obviously. Did we say we wanted to do angelic light work? Or did we do it already? I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we did do it already. So the next thing I want to talk about real quick is I want to do another final card. And because we're talking about crystals, which, let's stay on the track, I'm going to go ahead and pull out from 2 different oracle decks, and then we'll be done tonight. Is that cool? So the first crystal, it's called the Crystal Mandala Oracle Deck. It's called Channel the Power of Heaven and Earth by Alana Fairchild. And we're going to pull a deck from that, okay? And then hang on for a quick... Jeez, I'm just excited over this freaking book. Okay, so go ahead and just focus. And when you can, pick top, bottom, and middle. Let's see what kind of crystal you're being divinely guided to get. And if you have it in the house, then make sure you clean it and charge it and sage it and put it by the moon and the sun so you can get purification and light codes, upgrades. And but if you don't have it, go get it. Go, or at least go see. Let the crystal choose you. So don't just buy the first one you see. Don't get a tumbled stone. Wait, take your time. Just write it down somewhere on your alarm clock that this is the crystal you're seeking. Top. Okay. Angel Kalyan and Polychrome Jasper, Sacred Play 444. Why is Sacred Play so important? And by the way, it's 7. And 7's coming up a lot in the readings today. 7. So let me read to you what the message is for you. And I'll repeat what the crystal is. It's so Angel Kaliel, and the crystal is Polychrome Jasper. Sacred Play. We bring you the gift of sacred play. We enter your heart bringing joy and an ability to have fun, to laugh, to see the silly and playful side of life, and to be entertained by the wonderful spectacle of life. When you know how to look, you will see the joyful hand of the Creator behind so many of the people, places, and things you see every day. You will begin to feel the Creator's delight in creation, and you will feel laughter deep in your soul, a joyful connection with the universe as you realize that even in its strangest and sometimes dark mystery, life has brightness and delight to it, a sense of humor, and a quirky, amusing, enjoyable beauty. We know there is great joy inside you, and we will help you reconnect with that joy now, so even your most arduous challenges will not diminish your capacity to feel the light of your spirit and take delight in your life. Why is joy so important right now? Why do you think it's important? Because if you continue allowing, and it's very hard, okay? But when you cry, don't cry all day. Try to find something. Go on the internet and find some funny ass videos of animals doing kooky, crazy shit. Laugh your ass off. Do whatever you need to do to get out of the funk. Whatever it takes. Because what's happening, there are dark forces that will take the despair of humanity and suck it up like a milkshake, salivating over it. Pain, human pain, is food for dark energies. Okay? Straight up. So I'm not saying be a robot. I'm saying try to make sure that joy isn't buried alive by despair. Because a lot of us are being challenged right now. A lot, and the more in your light you walk towards, the more fuckery may happen in 3D to throw you off your path. Okay? That's why I did the video of the live with you-know-who. The soul that was taken with massive injustice. We did what he needed to do for that. And we moved on to something that we needed as we continue walking this planet. Learn to shift. Okay? It takes courage to connect with your inner world, to go deep into the truth of your pain and bring love to those wounds, to allow a healing current to transform and free you from the past. It takes maturity to live with depth and to look beyond the surface and to refuse to give up on your journey when something difficult is asked of you in order to grow. To succeed on the spiritual path, you need this willingness to enter the darkness and liberate the love from within, opening the darkness up to receive divine light. Although there can be great joy in the resolution of such suffering, during the process itself there may not seem to be much joy at all. Then there is a discipline required to keep your spiritual light shining. The discipline of inner work, dealing with your stuff, meditating, showing up for conscious dance, studying your spiritual books, doing whatever is required to keep your conscious growing, awakening when it is admittedly so much easier to slip backward into sleepiness, judgment, and even procrastination and doubt. It takes so much inner strength to keep moving towards the light. There are times when the spiritual path will feel like a marathon that taxes you beyond your limits physically, emotionally, and psychologically. To summon the energy to play might seem, ironically enough, laughable. Then, in your fatigue and exhaustion, having worked so hard for your spiritual growth and personal development, you might feel ashamed that you are not laughing, joyful, enlightened, and taking delight in all that is. Do not feel guilty or ashamed. This oracle does not come with any such intention. Rather, it comes as a peace offering from the universe. The divine is extending a hand of friendship. You've been working so hard. There's a knock at your door. It's the universe in the form of that cheeky, curious, friendly boy from down the street. He's inviting you to come outside and play. The sun is setting on what has been, and there's a sweet promise of new life and friendship in the air. The prospect of fun and play, energy, adventure is before you now, of laughter and fun. You need and deserve this. It's time for the brightness of your light to fill your heart and cast away the shadows of the past. The way you engage with sacred play will vary from day to day, coloring in perhaps with unusual colors and outside of those lines. Visiting the local dog park to be enchanted by the sheer diversity and sense of humor of the hand of the creator. Can one see a sausage dog or poodle and not giggle? Dancing in your lounge room, on the beach, or out with friends, a walk in nature, playing a game with your children, or watching a movie that lightens your heart, singing in the shower, going for a drive with your favorite music playing loud, an enthusiastic bout of air guitar, or singing onto your airbrush microphone. What makes play sacred is being present and allowing it to heal you, to lighten your heart and uplift your spirit. There's much seriousness, discipline in the spiritual path that it needs to be. However, when you allow sacred play to become part of your journey too, the joy within you shall be all stronger to nourish you through the challenging times. Your ability to take delight in life every day will increase, and the lightness in your heart will help you enlighten the world. Amen. Fantastic. So, crystal angel, right, is Kaliel, Caliel, and polychrome jasper is the crystal. And I doubt you have it. If you have it, please let us know. You know, what do you think of that crystal? I know that if Andromeda Flame was here, she probably has that crystal, knowing her. But, you know, some of us don't have, 100 crystals. I have. I knew there was someone out here who had it. Do you like it? The next and last card will be from the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I might actually pull 2 different cards, but it's up to you. We'll see. I love it. What color? What color would you say? Is it a mixture? Jasper is a really interesting stone because I know it comes in different, right? Is it blood jasper? Am I correct? Or is it a different color? It's a mix. Right. Gotcha. Very interesting stone. All right. So, again, let's go. So, let's see what the message is for the Mystical Oracle. And then when you're ready, top, bottom, or middle. Top, bottom, or middle. And unless you want a second pull, we'll call it a day with this. Okay? When you're ready. Top, bottom, or middle. Bottom, middle. Okay, we need majority wins. Bottom, middle. So what's the next card will give me the number. Top, bottom, or okay, middle. Gotcha. I'm doing middle. The Holy Mountain, 25. Again, the numbers 7 keeps coming up. Pay attention to 7. Because 7 is the journey. This is the 3rd time you guys have received 7. And I think you received 10 twice, if I'm correct. Okay? 10 meaning 28 and 37. That's 10. This is 25, which is 7. Okay? So it's called the Holy Mountain. Okay? And here it is. It opened immediately. The essence. Native people around the earth recognize mountains as places of great power when one encounters spirit or where the gods or goddesses reside. In ancient Greece, Mount Olympus was the home of the 12 main god and goddesses. In Tibet, pilgrims circumambulated Mount Kailash to bring prosperity. In Peru, pilgrims climbed the ice-capped Mount Osangat to receive the starlight and bring fire to the earth. The invitation. The Holy Mountain invites you to go on a sacred pilgrimage to acquire vision and perspective. First, you must accept the present situation as an opportunity to discover higher understandings. Find a sacred altar where others who come before you have prayed and found wisdom, and make your offering there. Make a commitment to walk with courage, love, and compassion until you see with clarity the perfection of it all. I would actually look up All Trail, I think it's called All Trails app, and see what mountain speaks to you. The medicine. When the holy mountain shows up, it is a time to be active. Do not let your doubts deter you and keep you bound. This is a time to leap over challenges and to remember that from the top of the mountain, there are no obstacles, only beauty and an unobstructed view of the entire earth. And there's no need to go shopping for the right hiking boots or camping equipment to climb the holy mountain. You already have all the gear you need. Overcome any lethargy, indolence, laziness, as these are the real obstacles. Wow. Can anyone relate to this? Because you see, what we're getting right now is a massive apathy. Have you noticed? No one feels like they have the power to change the world. And so the apathy is the problem, not the ability for us to change the world. It's the apathy. Any questions or comments? The disconnect. Was this, does this resonate with you guys? And something tells me I want to do one more, actually. Any questions or comments? Or any shares? All right, so I'm going to do one more because I just looked at this deck. I fucking love this deck. Again, it's called the Mystical Shaman Oracle. It's an amazing deck. Top, bottom, and middle. Let's look one more time. It resonates with me. It resonates with me, too. I'm actually going to go to Woodstock and climb. In Woodstock, there's a temple. It's actually a Buddhist temple, and there are all these prayer flags everywhere. And you know what? I've been thinking about going to hike that mountain, and I'm going to do it. Top, middle. Yes, so many people just have an attitude of their life just always being hard. Okay, bottom. Okay, what are we looking at here? Hang on. Top. Okay, I'm going to do top. I can't believe it. If you watch the beginning of this live, the serpent came up before. It was 7. This is 46. 46 is 11. Again, the muzzle lion, okay? 46 is the muzzle lion, and 1 + 1 = 2, which is the high priestess. It's also connected in Kabbalah numerology to the moon. So let me go ahead and read the serpent. The essence. The serpent is the life force of Mother Earth. The coiled serpent of the Kundalini brings passion, healing, and renewal. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge. This was in one of the cards, completely unrelated to this particular oracle creator. She offers us the fruit of the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passions and creativity free. I remember doing a talk. It was called Stand Up Naked Women in Art. That's what it was called. In Los Angeles at the Ice House. It was an 18-minute talk. And one of the questions I asked the audience was, if an entity, a high-level entity, handed you a fruit, a drink, and said, eat this, drink this, and from this, you will understand who you are, why you're here. You will understand everything you've wanted to know. Would you eat it? And everyone yelled, yes. Now, why is this important? Because the way this story, this parable was written about Eve, the fall of man because of Eve, right? Set up a precedent of a reason behind women were suppressed. In other words, we bring life. When we incarnate as women, we've chosen to incarnate to be the womb, the carrier of spirits. We bring life. We are also the nurturers and the high priestesses to the masculine energy that makes shit happen in the material world while we actually go behind the veils. When we are very, very balanced, we're able, it doesn't matter the gender, we're able to toggle between the feminine and the masculine energy. If a woman is not feeling safe with a masculine, she will be in her masculine energy. If a man is not with the right woman, he will be in his feminine energy and will lose his balance. It's just how it is. And because we were shamed into being curious, because you see, curious is a mark of intelligence. Because if you remember, if you've ever read anything about Zachariah Stitchin's The 12th Planet, the Anunnaki, the creation of humans, as we know, clearly Darwinism was full of shit. To suppress the feminine curiosity and its ability to be the vessel of life and to be the container and the high priestess directly connected to Sophia, right? Was not to be born by toxic masculines, because the divine masculine had no problem with us. And what did they do with divine masculines? They sent them to war to perish, because badass divine masculines have bravery. They're not afraid of death. And a lot of divine masculines over the centuries were eradicated through wars created by weak men. Weak men. That's why weak men are the most dangerous men. And divine masculines like Polly here, my unicorn friend over here, will actually be in the front row of any battle and they will perish. And they kept us locked in the cages of limitations. And whenever we rose in beauty, in sensuality, in brilliance and intelligence, they would call us witches. And they will hunt, and they would hunt us down. So this whole story of Eve, and it's funny how they never really talk about Lilith. It's something we had to discover, right? They always have demonized the sacred feminine, from Mary Magdalena to Eve to Lilith, and it goes beyond. Always. Healthy masculines never do that. They admire that. They want to protect it. They want to embrace it. They want to honor it. So this is quite something. So learn as much as you can, because they have totally made sure that we are afraid of knowledge. We're afraid to find out our origins, our power as multidimensional light beings. They have done everything to separate the genders, races, through religions. Tower of Babylon, my friends. And I'm not Christian. I would never be so crass as to be, because I don't think Yeshua would be Christian either, to be honest with you. I think him and I are both running away from Christianity. We're more into something that is ancient wisdom, ancient goodness, ancient kindness. Yeah. So the tree of knowledge in the Garden of Eden, and reminds us to shed the past the way she sheds her tired old skin. Serpent comes to offer you the forbidden fruit that will set your passion and creativity free. The invitation. The serpent power of the Kundalini is stirring within your chakras, gently asking you to embrace its mystery. Shed the old skin that you have been so attached to and welcome the vulnerable pink underbelly that will bring you a fresh experience of your life. Your passion and sexuality are awakening, and this can be scary. Trust the wisdom of serpent to transform your sensual energies into beautiful original manifestation. The medicine. When you shed the past gracefully, life will not strip it away with great drama. Indeed, that is something you want to avoid. Do not use your energies to seduce others or allow others to be seduced even by your own ideas. In other words, always keep grounded. Always control your ego. Don't be flattered. Don't go for the okie doke. Walk in your light. You will have one, maybe two, and if you're fucking lucky as hell, 3 loves. 3 honest to goodness loves. Don't go for the easy shit, because it's never easy in the end. Stay true to your heart. Stay true to what you want. Do not settle for second best. Be picky. Remember the books that they were writing to women about don't be picky? You know, you're being too picky. Don't do that. Every sacred divine feminine, there is a sacred masculine seeking you. Trust me, there is. Just understand that. Anyway, I want to send you so much love on your journey. I know this has been very hard, a very hard year. You are being asked to be courageous and to find as much joy and gratitude as you can while you meditate for the new earth. And try very hard to ask for the abundance, not just for yourself, but for the collective. Don't be ashamed to desire certain things personally that you want, but try to carve out 2 to 3 minutes in your meditation for the collective abundance. And if you do it over time, and if all of us do it over time, the universe will smile and give us exactly what we seek. Trust the process. All right? Sending you much love on your journey. I will upload it on my YouTube. Check out my profile page on my Linktree. And look at my guided meditations for Ho'oponopono. And just do what you need to do, okay? Do some guided meditations. Most of the ones I offer. Thank you so much, my love. Rest well, family. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for following me. And thank you for your beautiful energy tonight. I really appreciate you. Thank you for all that you are. Namaste. Be well.